Very good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. Quick recap of yesterday's session. Yesterday, I guess, few MCQs we took on assignment operator, casting operator, right? Multiple assignment of primitive, then assignment of reference that we discussed, and then we discussed about arithmetic operators, right? I hope in arithmetic everything is clear. Unary, assertion, negation, then binary, multiplication, division, mod, then binary addition and subtraction, their precedence, their associativity, then how mod operator works. Whenever there are negative operand, then it will take sign of the first operand. I hope that is clear. And then the promotion rules also I told you that when none of the operand is float, double or long, then the answer is integer. When no one is float or double, but at least one is long, the answer is long. When no one is double, but at least one is float, the answer is float. And when at least one is double, the result is double. Therefore, in Java, byte plus byte is also int. Okay, so that things are clear. Then some MCQs on that we took. Now today we will be, and even I took one more operator. I've not put the slides, but I think you remember that. Compound arithmetic assignment. That is plus, equal, minus, equal, all those operators we took. The specialities, it is also assignment. Therefore, precedence is lowest, associativity right to left. It does dual work, that is arithmetic plus assignment. And only one speciality of this is implicit narrowing, which is not the feature of Java. Like in Java, everything is automatically widen, automatically narrowing is not possible. But this is the only one situation. I showed you one example also. 16 into 16, 256, and it overflown, and you got answer 0 if you have noted that. Now today we will move with next operator, that is plus operator only, but which is going to operate on string objects. This is the only one which operate on objects. Okay. So that is called as binary string concatenation. Remember, it's a binary operator. Therefore, it will operate on two operand. Precedence is same. Associativity is same like normal arithmetic plus. Arithmetic addition we have no? The same precedence, same associativity. Only in this case, we are assuming the operands are string objects. Okay. One is a string object plus and another is a string object. Then in Java, this plus is inbuilt overloaded. They have already overloaded and kept it. Plus will do normal arithmetic. If you are operating on numbers, if you are operating it on numbers, it will do the standard work of arithmetic operation. But the same plus, if you are operating on string objects, then it is going to do concatenation. Getting? It will return you a new string object containing S1 followed by S2. S1 and then S2. Like S1 is double quote hello and S2 is double quote world. Then it will return you a new string. Always. It will not modify any of these strings because strings are immutable in Java. Okay, so it will return you a new string containing S1 followed by S2. Okay, so that is the speciality of this operator, that whenever you are applying plus on two integers, it will do normal arithmetic. But if you are applying this plus on two string objects, it will do concatenation. Okay, I hope clear to you. Now you may have a doubt, like if one is a string and if another is some another data type, then what happens? Okay, like if one is a string and another is a integer. Okay. So and why we should call it as overloaded operator? Because it is doing additional work. It is doing its natural work of arithmetic operation, numbers. But now it is also operating on string objects. So if it is applied on string object, concatenation. But if one is a string and another is a integer, doesn't matter, integer is second and first string. First integer and second string doesn't matter. Like first is the integer and then string. What happens is that integer will get converted into string implicitly. Java will convert it into a string object and then concatenation takes place. Getting? Like if you are writing double quote hello, okay, and plus 3 if I'm writing. What it will do, it will not give any error. It will implicitly convert this 3 to string and then do concatenation. Getting? Same thing is applicable for floating numbers, like if you are writing 3.3. Okay, so it will convert that floating point number into string and concat. Okay, same thing if you are using a boolean over there, like double quote hello. Okay, and you are writing true, any boolean value, true or false. That true will become string true. It will become word true and concatenate. That is the rule. Okay. So what you'll remember, if both are string, concatenation. If one is string and one is another data type, any of your 8 primitive data type, like it's a character, integer, it is a float or a boolean, then that primitives are converted to string. Primitives will get converted to string, and that string and the first string will get concatenated. Now the question is, if one is a string and another is a reference variable, that is object, like one is a string and another is the object of some user-defined class, like plus E, where E is the object of employee. Means you already have a class called employee, employee E, okay, and E equal to new employee, and then you're writing double quote hello plus E. Understanding? Now, in this case, also it is not going to give any error. What happens is here this E will implicitly invoke a magic method. Understanding? Double quote hello plus E will call one magic method. Now you'll say, what are magic methods? Magic methods are methods which are called implicitly. Any method which we don't have to call using dot operator. Any method which we call using dot operator, they are called as explicit. Okay, they are not magic method. But the methods which are getting called implicitly, we don't have to call it, then they are called as magic method. So here there is one magic method called toString. Okay, toString. But now you'll say, then is this method supposed to be there in that employee class? Right or no? Because if E is invoking it and E is the object of employee, then in employee class, this method should be there. Okay, I'll give that more clarification about it. But just remember, whenever you write double quote hello plus some reference variable, any reference variable is there. What happens is that object will implicitly call this toString. Now, this toString will return some string. Okay, whatever string it is returning will get concatenated with the previous string. Now, the normal concatenation, because this toString is going to return a string over here. But now the question is, what about this toString? Is it supposed to be there in that employee class? Isn't it? I'll give you little bit explanation regarding that. Okay, I'll give you a skeleton code. See, here there is one class employee. Okay, and then as I said, you are creating one employee object equal to new employee. And then somewhere in the printing, you're writing double quote hello plus E. Maybe you're doing it in SOP, that is in system dot out dot println. What you have written, double quote hello plus E. It's not necessary that E is to be second only. It can be first and hello is later. Doesn't matter, but one is a string and one is a object. So already I told you what happens is implicitly it will give call to toString. You understanding? I wrote double quote hello plus E. I wrote, but implicitly compiler is going to give call over here for that E dot toString. Getting? Means we wrote like this, but compiler has made a change in your code like this. Okay. So now when you are saying that toString is getting called and toString who is invoking it E and E is the object of employee, then this method has to be here. Right or no? So you may think like those who make employee class, they have to define that method string to string and whatever string they are returning from inside, whatever string they are returning, that string will come here and then that string and hello will get concatenated and you'll get answer. Isn't it? I hope you're getting convinced with this, what I'm trying to tell. So double quote hello plus E dot toString. And that toString is in an employee class. It will give call to it. Whatever string it is returning, it will bring over here that string and this string will concat. But the question is, if suppose in employee class, there is no toString, you have not defined only toString in your employee class, then what will happen? Remember guys, still error won't come. Still error is not going to come. So why? Because it will search this toString in that class, whichever the object is. Object is of employee. So it will go and search in employee. But in employee, the toString is not present. Therefore, it will go to employee's parent. And there it will search. Okay. So if there is a parent to employee class, if there is a parent, it will go to that parent. Okay, the search continues like that. Like suppose, for example, here there is extends person. So where the search will continue? First, it has searched the toString in employee class, but not found. So it continued with the parent class. It will go and check in the parent class, that is class person. But suppose in person class also, there is no toString. Then what it will do? Go to its parent. This will continue. Now, chances are there like employee itself doesn't have parent. Here, as an example, I'm trying to tell you how the search continues with to the parent. So, if suppose there is a parent human to person, then it will go to human class. So, this search is continuing. In employee, it is searching not found, then person, person to human. But suppose human class doesn't have only parent. And in human class also toString is not there. Still compiler doesn't give error because in Java, any class which doesn't have parent, it will get one automatic parent. And that parent is called as a object class. Getting? Means what is going to happen? We haven't written this. I have written only class human. I didn't wrote extends object. Compiler is going to make that changes. Compiler is going to automatically give parent to your class. Means it is said that in Java, no class is orphan. Orphan means you understanding, na? Children without parent are called as orphan. Okay. So in Java, no class is orphan, meaning any class which doesn't have parent, automatic, it is going to get one parent class, that is object. O is the capital over here. Because I have already told you, whatever classes Sun has provided, they all start with capital. This is a cosmic class object. Getting? It acts like a root of all the classes in Java. Means as many classes you create, they are ultimately derived from object. Understanding? Like if these things are not there, you have just written what class employee. Then I said e dot toString is going to get called. We wrote only this much, guys. Double quote hello plus e. But implicitly here, which magic method is going to get called? Magic methods means methods which are called implicitly. We don't call them using a dot operator. So here implicitly for E toString is called. It goes and searches toString in employee, not found. Still error doesn't come. Why? Because it will search in employee parent. Is employee having parent? We haven't given. Java has given. Who is the parent of employee now? Can quickly anyone tell me that object, that class? Who is the parent of employee? We haven't given any parent to it. Loudly, loudly. Someone unmuted. Answer. Object. So O capital. O is that cosmic parent class. Okay. So here, who is the automatic parent of employee? Object. And remember, in that object class, toString is there for sure. Means whatever class Java people have provided, that object class, in that what is present, that toString. So it will ultimately call whose toString? Object class toString. Understanding? Clear? I hope you're understanding. So here also what happened is we wrote E. Here that toString is called. It goes and check toString, not found. It goes to parent. Suppose the parent is person. In person it searches, not found. Then it goes to its parent. Human, suppose. In human also not found. So who will be the ultimate parent of human if human doesn't have parent? The God class, like that. So who is the parent of human? If human is not having parent, we haven't provided. So Java has provided, and that is the cosmic class object. So in that object class, ultimately in that object class, you will sure find toString. ToString is sure present where? In that object class. So it will call that toString over here. But you will have a doubt like what does that toString return? That toString returns a string containing the class name, the class to which this object is belonging. It is of employee class, so it will give the class name at the rate and some hexadecimal hash code. For time being, you can say it is the address of the object. In reality, it is not the address, it's a hash code. Means it is the entry in the hash table where the real address is stored. So now just remember for time being, you can assume it is the address and this is the name of the class at the rate. This is a complete string returned here. And who is returning this string? Who will return this string? Just now I told you which method returns this string. Answer guys quickly. Others don't take efforts of answering. Who is going to return? Unmute and tell guys. Otherwise, what will happen? I'll not continue with the classes. If this is the way. Just now I told you this whole string, who is going to return? Yeah, who is going to get called implicitly? You're trying to tell, or I am not able to hear. Yeah, what is getting called implicitly to string? So is that to string returning the string? Now that toString is from employee class. If it is present in employee class. But if employee class doesn't have, then it goes to its parent. And who is the parent of employee if employee is not having parent? Object class. So it will give call to toString of that parent class. And the parent class, that is object class toString, returns this, the class name and the hash code. But suppose in your class there is a toString, then we say that toString is overridden. The child has redefined it. The parent toString child has redefined it. Like here, if you're having one toString, okay, and you're returning some string from it. So now in this case, will it print this output? No, because it's not going to call toString of the object class. Now it has found toString in your class only, employee class. So it will call toString of employee only. And what is employee toString returning? World. So that world and this hello will get concatenated. Okay. And now you'll say that if this contains null reference, then in that case, what happens? If I write double quote hello plus E, okay, if I'm writing double quote hello plus E, then in that case, and where E is null, no issues. What it does, it converts that null value to string like this, string null. And then this double quote hello and this double quote null will get concatenated and you'll get a concatenated result. Okay. Yes or no? You're trying to speak with me or not? I'm not understanding. You're actually speaking with me. Can anyone unmute? Yes, Raki. I guess there may be issue from my side again because I'm not. Yes, Prachi, Nishant, Dikshita. Can anyone type in the chat that you're speaking, but I'm not able to hear you? First, tell me you're able to hear me, guys. Priyanka, Raki,
Yes, sir.
Siddharth.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
then why it takes so much efforts to answer, guys? It's very bad attitude. Very bad. How you're going to get jobs if you're not answering? This is a bad attitude. This should not happen. When someone is taking so much efforts and he's expecting an answer from you and you're not replying anyways. Binary string concatenation. So what is going to happen? I hope it is clear. Okay, the precedence is same. What is with the arithmetic? The same. Like I'll justify that. Like suppose you are having double quote ABC, okay, and plus 2 into 3 if you are saying. So first multiplication, because according to precedence, the 2 into 3 will become 6. And then that 6 will get converted to string. And then double quote ABC, double quote 6 will get concatenated. You'll get ABC 6. Okay. And associativity. Like if I'm writing double quote ABC plus 2 plus 2. So here remember 2 plus 2 is not going to take place first because both plus are having same precedence. So associativity will be from left to right. Getting the standard precedence, which is there for arithmetic plus, the same is here. That is not changed. So it will go left to right. So double quote ABC plus 2. So 2 will get converted to string and it will become ABC2 as a string. And then again plus 2. Okay. And then this 2 will also get converted to string and you will get finally ABC 2 2. Remember, you're not going to get ABC 4. Why? Because 2 plus 2 is not performed first. Left to right only. So double quote ABC plus 2. 2 got converted to string. Concat. This thing. Again that 2 got converted to string. Again concat. And you'll get this answer. Okay? And every time you get a new string, it doesn't modify the original. Therefore, many times you have to be very careful while using this concatenations. Okay, because it is wasting abundant of memory. Na? Because every time for concatenation, what is happening? New object is created. Okay, so you have to be very wise when to use plus or are there any other alternatives? Okay, so that you should prefer. Okay, so quickly we will discuss about this. The binary operator plus is overloaded. Why I'm calling overloaded? Because it is going to do additional work. It is doing its normal work of adding arithmetic and numeric value. It is doing the arithmetic operation. But now it is going to operate on string objects also for concatenation. Therefore, we'll say the operator is overloaded. When someone is given additional work, it is supposed to do its normal work plus additional work. Then we say it is overloaded. Okay. Then what happens over here? So when one of the operand is a string object, the other is implicitly converted to its string representation and the string concatenation is performed. Okay. What you have to remember, if one is a string object and another is anything, it will be automatically converted to string. And then what happens is concatenation takes place. Okay. Like, for example, if one is a string and another is primitive, then that primitive value is converted to string. Okay. Whatever that primitive value is, it will be converted to string. Like double quote hello plus 3 I wrote. So 3 is primitive. So that 3 gets converted to string. It becomes double quote 3 and then concatenation. And if you have Boolean values like true, false, if you're having null reference, then they are also converted to string. This becomes double quote true, double quote false, double quote null, and again concatenation. Okay. And if you have a reference in which there is null, then also it will make that value as double quote null. Okay. And if one is a string and another is the object, object means only reference in Java. Okay. So whenever one is a string and another is a reference, it will implicitly call one magic method toString. And whatever string that toString returns, that string and the existing string, they will get concatenated. Correct? And what the rule of that toString is, I told you. First, it goes in that class whose object you're joining. So if it is an employee object, it will go and search the toString in employee. But if in employee there is no toString, it will search in its parent. Not in parent, it will go to its parent. But then you will say if there is no parent only, then no problem. In Java, every class is going to have an automatic parent. Who is that automatic parent? Just now I told object, right? So it will call toString of that object class. And what does object class toString return? Just now I told you. What does it return? Does it return one string containing class name, whatever the class name is, like employee, then at the rate, and then some hexadecimal number. What that hexadecimal number indicates? Hash code. Getting? Actually, in some books they say it is address, but actually it's not an address. It is hash code because in Java, never you will get direct memory address. It is the address, it is the entry in the hash table. And in the hash table, the actual memory address is stored. But anyway, for our understanding, like just for understanding's sake, we can say an address. So who returns this? ToString of object class. Okay, some examples I'm giving. See, here. There is one string called the name in which uranium is stored. And now you are writing the name only is equal to double quote pure plus the name. This double quote pure is a literal string. Okay, to that you're concatenating this, right? So what it will become? Pure uranium, because in that there is uranium. See here. Now you'll say where the space has come. So actually there is a space from my side. I forgot to put it. Okay, because automatic never space come. You only have to put in it. Okay, see. So from the name that uranium is lost, and now a new string has come. What is this string? Double quote pure with a space, and the name old is uranium. Now they joined it, and you got a new string. That new string reference is in the name. So old uranium is gone, and now what has come in the name? Pure uranium. Okay, same way in this case. See, 100 plus double quote percent plus the name. Now associativity is left to right. It will go the standard way, left to right. So here double, this is 100 and this is double quote percent. So is this 100 going to get converted to string, guys? Yes. And now what will become? 100%. Okay. And what is there in the name now? Pure uranium. So it will become 100% pure uranium. Agreed? See. Now, some may have a doubt again that again here the space. So obviously in this percent also, after that percent also there is a space. Again, mistake from my side. Okay. Now coming to the third example. Now in the third example, you can see what we have done is 100 plus percent and the name. In this case, remember this whole thing is kept in trademark one. Okay, that is 100 plus double quote percent and the name. The name contains pure uranium. This is a string, 100 converted to string, then concat, then that string concat with this string. You got finally this string and stored in trademark one. Now coming here. See carefully, guys. Many might think that it is similar, same thing, but no. Here, what has happened, guys? 100 plus, and here it is single quote percent. So in both the operands, no one is a string. This is an integer, and this is a character, guys. Single quote I have written, single quote percent. It is a character. And as it's a character, it will take its equivalent Unicode, whatever the number is. Example, the Unicode of percent is 37. Like Unicode of small a is 97. Unicode of capital A is 65. Same way, percent Unicode is 37. And this is number 100. So here, which addition will take? String concatenation or normal arithmetic? Tell me, guys, at least tell me that. Will it do a normal arithmetic operation or string concatenation? in first plus? Answer, guys. Why it takes so much efforts to unmute and answer? Does it take so much efforts? You're checking my patience. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'll stop the class. I'll give you 199 rupees back. I don't want such students because I cannot recommend such students also. Tell me, how can I recommend you people in any company? Every day HR people contact me that we have requirement. If you have students, please send. No, I cannot send such students. Those who don't take efforts to unmute and answer. How you are going to handle client meetings when you will work in company? How you will handle client meetings? How you are going to justify them? Whatever you have done is right. How you will collect requirements from them? If you are not ready to talk, talk, guys. Please, it is for your benefit. Talk in Hindi, talk in English, talk in Marathi, whatever is comfortable. But please unmute and speak. Chalo fast, I want answer, otherwise I'll not proceed ahead. Who is going to tell me this is 100 plus single quote person means it will take its Unicode. Is it going to do string concatenation or normal arithmetic addition? Only this much
It
you
will
have to
do
answer.
normal arithmetic operation.
It will do normal arithmetic operation. Yes or no? Very good. So 100 plus 37 will become 137. Okay. And then coming to the name. Now the name is string. So what will happen? This 137 is integer and this is a string. What will happen now? 137 will get converted to string and then concatenation. That is 137 pure uranium. Understanding why it happened like that? Because the associativity of plus is standard only, that is left to right. So when it is moving from left to right, this plus will see the operands, but both the operands are numeric. One is the integer and another is the character. It will do arithmetic operation. But now you'll get the result as integer 137. But the second one is a string. So now here binary concatenation. So 137 will get converted to string and then this string will get concatenated. Okay. See here, 137 pure uranium. Agreed? I hope it is clear to you guys. Right? And coming to the last one. Now, here the problem is with the spaces and all. Somewhere like in uranium, I forgot to put space. In pure, I forgot to put space. The correct one should be like this. The final correct one should be this. Uranium is also having space, and pure is having space, but before. Okay? This should be the correct sequence. Anyway, coming to the last example. See here. Now again tell me, we put 2 and 2 together and get, this is one string, plus 2 plus 2. Now just tell me, is 2 plus 2 going to perform first or will it do left to right concatenation only? Only that much you have to tell me. See, still
It
others
will
are
do
not,
left to right concatenation.
it will do left to right concatenation. Why? Because the standard associativity is left to right. It will not do 2 plus
Yes.
2 first. Getting? So it will go from left to right only. So first it will convert 2 to string. Getting? So this we put 2 and 2 together and get, and this 2 joined, we will get another string, and then that string again joined with 2. So finally you will get 2, 2. We put 2 and 2 together and get 2, 2. Why not 4? I hope you got it. Because both are plus, and as both are plus, their precedence is same. So associativity will go from left to right. See here, we put 2 and 2 together and get 22. Okay, so this part is clear. I'll give you a quick demonstration for this. It will be more perfect. Okay. See, if you want, I'll give that only. Or I'll take simple ABC plus 2 plus 2. Never what is going to happen. ABC 4. See, is it ABC 2 2? With this, it is proved. It goes from left to right. And when both are string, like double quote hello plus double quote world, will it do normal concatenation and give you hello world? Yes. Getting? Or if one is a Boolean value and another is a string, it will convert that Boolean to string and concat. So true ABC. You will get. Getting? Same way if you have float and one string. So float will get converted to string. Getting? If you have an object, suppose I'm having object of class string, and in that by default there will be null. And suppose I write double quote hello plus s. It will take value of s as that null and concatenate. Hello null. Okay. Suppose I'm creating one class employee. Okay. Shortcut emp I'm taking. Currently I'm keeping it empty. One empty class. Then I'm creating one object of that employee class. Employee E equal to new emp. Okay. Employee E equal to new emp. So E object I got. Can you see? Here also we are getting its hash code. Now if I write double quote hello plus E, is it implicitly going to call toString, guys? Just yes or no, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Implicitly, is it going to call toString? Yes. But that toString, it will first search in employee, but in employee there is no toString. So will it call toString of its parent class? And who is the parent of employee? Object. So it will call toString of object class. See here. And what is the object class toString returning? Class name at the rate hash code. And that string and hello will get concatenated. Okay. But suppose in my class, suppose I've created a class, this one. And in that, suppose I have overridden one toString. Okay. And in that, I'm returning string ram. Okay. Right. So class employee. And in that, I'm writing one toString method returning ram. Now I'm creating an object empe equal to new employee. And suppose now I'm writing double quote hello plus E. Again, tell me, is it implicitly going to call toString? Double quote hello plus E when I write. Is it going to implicitly call that toString? Means will it call that magic method toString? But now it will get toString in its own class. Therefore, it doesn't have to go to the parent. Real life principle also, no? In real life also, whenever you become eligible, mature, then every time you don't run to your parents, no? You try to solve your problem on your own, right or no? In your real life also, you might have seen some
Yes,
problems arise in your life. So first you try to solve it on your own only. But if not found, then you take it to one level up. You go to your parents. If the problem is too serious, getting मीन्स इतने बड़े कांड कर दिए हैं कि आपके पेरेंट भी सॉल्व नहीं कर पाते, then they go to their parent, then you move to your grandparent and then ask what to do for this. Same concept. Here also the search process is like that. First it searches in own class. If found, no problem. Not found, then go to parent. So here in this case, it is getting that toString in own class. So it will call this toString, which is returning ram, and then double quote hello plus double quote ram, you'll get hello ram. Okay, I hope this part is clear. Quick confirmation I want from everyone. Everyone at least unmute and say yes, or at least type in the chat window. That efforts also you don't take. Very bad. See, you found out the easy solution in typing in the chat window, but you didn't thought of no. Now I'll unmute and I'll answer, sir. How you're going to face interviews? I don't know. How you will be handling your seniors? First of all, you need to get an entry in the corporate. If this is the attitude, if this is the behavior, first question mark is, will you really get entry in the corporate? If by some means you get, how you are going to manage uh, your team leads, your managers, how you are going to handle your superiors, how you are going to deal with your clients. Moving ahead, I'm moving to the next operator, that is increment and decrement operator. Okay. First of all, remember it's a unary operator. Okay. It is a unary operator. And it comes in both the flavors, prefix also, prefix form also, and postfix form also. Okay. In both versions, you can use it in the prefix form also and postfix form. Why? Because it's a unary operator. Unary operators are only in this form. Binary and ternary are in infix form. And as it is unary, its precedence is highest. Okay. And another important point about this operator is it can be operated only on variables. You cannot operate it on any expression or any constant value. It is illegal. You cannot write plus plus phi is illegal, because phi is constant value. You cannot apply it. But if you are writing plus plus I, where I is a variable, then it is legal. Okay. And remember, it is applicable only on non-Boolean primitive. First of all, it is applicable on primitives only, or you cannot apply it on an object, plus plus I. Understanding? Except it is a wrapper class. Except it is a wrapper class object. All other objects you cannot, like plus plus E, where E is an employee object. It is illegal and it won't work. Okay. So it is applicable for non-Boolean primitive. Means it is applicable for byte, short, int, long, float, double, and char. You cannot apply on Boolean. And the operand strictly is supposed to be variable. Even for expression also you cannot do like this plus plus and in bracket you have written I plus j is wrong, guys. Why? Because I plus j is going to return you some answer. It is going to evaluate and return answer. That answer is a constant value. So on that you cannot again apply plus plus. Okay? And what these both operators do, they are incrementing the value of a variable by 1 or decrementing the value of a variable by 1. Only by 1. Correct? Means if you have a variable and you want to decrement the value of that variable by 1. So traditional way you can write like this. I equal to I minus 1. Then if you want, you can go for compound arithmetic. Increment or decrement. Like increment, if you want to do, I'll write this thing. This is the traditional way. This only you can little bit reduce by compound arithmetic, which I taught you yesterday, by writing like this. Plus equal 1. I plus equal 1 is same as I equal to I plus 1. Isn't it, guys? And still compact is I plus plus or plus plus I. So whenever any variable if you want to increment by 1 or decrement by 1, then we have to use this increment decrement operator. Okay. Now they come in two flavors, as I said, in the prefix form also, postfix form. Always remember, if you are using prefix and you are using postfix, what is the difference? Remember, in both the case, the side effect is I incremented by 1. The final result, I is changed by 1. Whatever value of I is, it is incremented by 1. Here also it is incremented. But the result, because every operator returns something, when we started topic operator, that time I clearly mentioned every operator after performing the operation on operands return single value as result. So it is supposed to give some result. This is also supposed to give some result. Only the difference is if it is a pre-increment, it gives the incremented value as a result, the new value. Whereas if it is post, it gives the old value. But in both cases, the side effect is I incremented by 1. Getting? Remember, if you are writing I plus plus alone, you're not storing the result in something. Then it doesn't make difference writing post or pre. Carefully if you're listening. If I'm writing I plus plus or plus plus I, won't make any difference because in both cases I incremented by 1. Side effect is I is increased by 1, I increased by 1. The difference is if you're collecting its result in something. Getting? Like if I'm collecting the result in J, but if you're not collecting, you're just writing I plus plus or you're just writing plus plus I, doesn't make any difference. Both are incrementing the value of I by 1. Here also I is incremented by 1. Here also I is incremented by 1. Side effect is I incremented by 1. What comes in J? So see here, if it is pre, in J, the new value will come. And here in J, the old value will come. Only that is the difference. Getting? And same is the case for decrement. Pre-decrement, post-decrement. Okay? Okay? So points you will remember. No? First, what you have to remember, plus plus minus minus. They are unary operator. Remember, don't put space. If you put space between them, then it is not an increment decrement. It is two-time assertion or two-time negation. Okay. So if you are writing consecutive plus plus or consecutive minus without a space, then it is incrementing. So it's a unary operator. It is used in prefix and postfix both form. Precedence is highest and it can be operated only on variable. And what does it do? It increments the value of variable by 1 or decrements the value of variable by 1. Okay. Cannot be applied on constants or expressions. You cannot. It is to be applied only on variable. Now, what is the difference between pre-form and post-form? The end result. The side effect for both is same. In both case, I incremented by 1. The end result. So in pre, the result is new value. In post, the result is old value. Getting? See. Now, if I'm writing integer I equal to 10 and I'm writing I plus plus, doesn't make difference. I incremented by 1. Getting? It is returning 10, but value of I is incremented by 1. That is 11. But if I write plus plus I, it will return the new value. Now I is 11. 11 plus plus 12. It will give 12. And if you check I, it is 12. The difference you are understanding? Pre-increment gives you the new value. Post-increment gives the old value. Side effect in both case, they are incremented by 1. Okay? And some may have a doubt like if I'm using it in an expression or something, then how it works? Like I'm writing J equal to plus I plus I plus, how it works. Okay, it's rule is different other than C or C++. Plus I plus plus. Here, what Java does is it follows bracketing rule. It will apply bracket on each operation and use the result of that bracket for further thing. Okay, so suppose your I is 10. Okay, so as it is a pre-increment, it will increment first and give that result. So result is 11. Here it is I plus plus. It is post. So it will give the old value of I and then increment. And now when you add it, it is 22 in J. But I is increased twice. Once in post, once in pre. Therefore, final value of I is 12. Understanding? Java simply follows bracketing rule. If suppose here also there is pre-increment. Instead of I plus plus, it is plus plus I. So first it will increment and give you the new value. So this bracket is 11, this bracket is 12. You'll get answer 23 in that case. Okay. So please remember Java simply follows bracketing rule. Okay. See here. Integer I equal to 10 and J nothing. Now I'm writing J equal to plus plus I plus I plus plus. So already I told you bracketing rule is there. So first plus plus I will give 11. Second will give 11 and make 12. So this is 11, 11, 22. See, is value of J 22 and value of I is 12 because it is incremented twice. Okay. And if I do like this, both pre. So what value it is going to use? Bracketing rule. First bracket is 11, second bracket is 12. Then 11 plus 12 is 23, J is 23, and I is still 12. Okay, see, J is 23 and I is 12. Okay, so please confirmation. Is it clear? Yes or no? Plus plus I adds 1 to I first. First, it will add 1 to I and then return the result. Okay, so add 1 to I first and then uses the new value of I as the result. That is value of the expression. Means see, internally what it is doing, plus plus I, it will increment I by 1 first, store that I in the result and return that result. But if you are writing post increment, then in that case, this line is shifted up. Result equal to I. That line is shifted up. Means what it will do, result equal to J, J equal to J plus 1 and return result. But what is stored in result? The old value. Getting? So J plus plus uses the current value of J as the value of the expression first and then add 1 to J. See, it is storing the current value of J in the result, increments J by 1 and returns what? The old value. Side effect is both case they are incremented by 1. See, in pre also I is incremented. In post also J is incremented. Okay. And same is the case for decrement. That specially I don't have to tell you guys. Isn't it? The same situation is applicable there. Tell me now, in this case, what will be final value of K and final value of I after this operation is done? Can anyone quickly tell me? I told you bracketing rule is applied. Okay? And bracketing rule pre it will give new value. So plus plus I. Will it increment I by 10? Sorry, 1. That is 10 by 1. Is it 11? Then again it is pre-decrement. So it will make 11 as 10 and give that 10. Okay. So 11 plus 10, 21. So k is 21. And again, one more time decrement. Minus minus I. So it is decrementing I by 1 and making 9. So final value of I is 9 and final value of k is 21. Yes or no? What do you say? Guys, please answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's right.
Yes, sir.
I think when the class is about to get over, then you wake up from your nap or what? Uh, From the beginning only, there should be an enthusiasm in the class, right or no? Everyone should be so interactive. Coming to next one. Okay, for the next one, I'll give you time. Let's see. What will be the final value of k and what will be the final value of I? I'll give you some time. Let's see. Bracketing rule, don't forget. Okay, Java follows bracketing rule. And this answers that my ICSE 10th standard student quickly within seconds they used to answer. I plus plus. Is it a post increment? It will give value as 10 and make it 11. Side effect is I incremented by 1, but the result is old value, right? Then I minus minus. Again, here it will give the value of I, that is 11, and then decrement, that is 10. And then here you are again incrementing. Here it doesn't make difference. I told you now when you are writing I plus plus or plus plus I alone, you're not storing it in something. It is not going to make any difference. Understanding? 10 and 11. 21, is K going to be 21? And I, final I is 10. First it incremented 11, again decremented 10. No, final I is not 10. Sorry, yeah, it is 11. Okay. One time incremented 11, again decremented 10, again incremented 11. So final I is 11 and K is 21. Yes or no? Do you agree or no? It should
Yes,
be
sir.
orally done. This is 10, this is 10, but I has become 11. Here 11 and again I has become 10. But 10 and 11 is 21. This one you tell me. Byte b equal to 10, integer I equal to plus plus b. Here also you should be very attentive, presence of mind. You should see that why sir is storing the result in integer, whereas b is byte. Whereas b is byte, so why not he's storing the answer in a byte only? Why he has made it integer? Yesterday we have seen that discussion is done. Is this plus plus b, that is b equal to b plus 1? What will be the data type of the result? Though b is byte, but what will be the answer type? Data type. What will be the data type? Integer. Because yesterday we have seen the table. That table I told you. Any numeric operation you do, the minimum result is int, long, float, or double. You cannot get result as byte short char. Understanding? Byte plus byte is also integer, guys. Short plus char is also integer. Therefore, here the answer is going to be integer. And if I would have made it as byte, will it again give the narrowing problem? Incompatible type, possible lossy conversion from int to byte. And therefore, to overcome that, already I have made this as integer. Okay. But anyways, what is the final value of I and B? Can anyone tell me? This is very simple. It's a pre-increment.
11.
11, both, no? I also 11 and B also 11. Plus B. So it is going to increment that B by 1, 11. And that same answer it is going to store in I. So I will also become 11, right? Okay. And one last one. Let's see. Here, see what I've written. X is equal to X plus plus X. Don't try to apply the same thing in other languages. Maybe JavaScript is same. Python doesn't have only increment operator. In Python, we don't have only increment or decrement. But like if you are trying to apply the same principle in C or C plus, you may get different result. Huh? So that time don't blame me. I am telling about Java because now you have joined for Java. I'm teaching about Java. Okay, so X is equal to X plus X. Already I told you it is going to apply bracketing rule. Okay, bracket X plus this thing. Now when it applies bracketing rule, so what is the result of this bracket? 4.5, right? Value of X is 4.5. What will be this plus X pre-increment? Will it make X as 1 plus? That is 5.5. It will change that 4.5 to 5.5. Okay. And as it is pre, it will give you the new result. Now the result of these two brackets are added. So it is 4.5 plus 5.5. How much it is? 10. And that 10.0 will come in X. You can print as. If you just want to clarify it, do it quickly over here. That is the reason JSTL is to be used. JSTL is to be used in the learning phase, guys. When you are not at the stage of writing a complete program, you are learning small concepts. And if you just want to test that concepts, JShell is a very well suitable tool. It's a tool for the testing purpose only. Getting? So double X 4.5, X is equal to X plus X. Is it becoming 10? Okay. So I hope you got the rule. Getting? If I would have written this thing first and then plus X, will it become 11 in this case, guys? First bracket will be plus X. When it will come to this bracket plus X, it will become 5.5 and then X, but X is 5.5 now. So 5.5 plus 5.5, 11. See how the answer changes. Just imagine how the compilers they might have designed, and the compiler is following all the rules, whatever are told to it. Okay? So quick confirmation. Just tell me done. Yes, you have understood, so that we can move with some MCQ questions, and then we will move to another operator. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Understood.
Okay. So let's move ahead. Next is some MCQs just to check everything, whatever we have done today. You're clear with it. Okay. Which statements are true? Select the three correct answer. The result of the expression 1 plus 2 plus double quote 3. Huh. Yes, yes. Tell me. Don't worry. I would rather appreciate if you are unmuting and answering. Huh. The result of the expression 1 plus 2 plus double quote 3 would be 3, 3. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
From left to right, it will go. From left to right, when it goes, so here it is going to do arithmetic. 1 plus 2, that is 3. And then 3 plus double quote 3. So one is a string and one integer. So this will get converted to string. Then string plus string joined, it becomes 3, 3. So this is true. Here, is it going to be string 15? If it is, then compiler is following anything, whatever it wants, whatever associativity, somewhere left to right, somewhere right to left. No, guys, it cannot be. If it is following left to right, it has to follow left to right in all situations. So here also it should be left to right. So it should be string 1, 2, 3 because this 2 is going to convert to string. Then this string and string becomes 1, 2, and then 1, 2 with 3 becomes 1, 2, 3. So this is not right. Okay. Then the result of the expression 4 plus 1.0 f is float 5.0. Yes, if you remember the table, when one of the operand is float, but none of them is double. Yesterday I gave you the table. So when at least one is float, but none of them is double, the answer is float. So it is float. What about this? The result of 10 divided by 9 will be integer 9. Yes, because both are integers, guys. It will not be 1 point something. It is not JavaScript or Python. Your integer divided by integer is integer. You'll get quotient, that is 1. Now you'll say 3 are correct, means this has to be wrong. Right or no? This is a common sense technique. Okay. But still, reason we should know. Here they are saying that single quote A plus 1 would be character B, right? Actually, it is Unicode of B. It is not B. When we do single quote A plus 1, here it is going to do arithmetic operation, guys. It will take single quote A's Unicode, that is 97, and 97 plus 1, 98, and you will get answer as integer 98. Though you know 98 is the Unicode of B, it won't print B, it will print 98. And therefore, this reason is wrong. Getting? If you want B, you have to cast that answer to char. This also quickly in JShell, I'll tell you. It will be more clear to you. See, if I write single quote A plus 1, we expect B, but it is 98. Getting? And if you want B, you have to do cast. See here. And when you do casting, put bracket for the expression so that the expression is evaluated first. After expression is evaluated, you get 98 and then 98 is casted to character, you'll get B. Okay. So hope it is clear. It is clear to you guys. It's convinced, right? Let's see. Before giving option, let's see what will be the result of I. Remember, here it is plus and then space and plus. Therefore, this plus is going to act like assertion plus. Huh? Okay, plus plus k, one bracket. I told you, bracketing rule, plus k plus plus second bracket plus, and then this plus k will just act like a assertion plus. Getting? Now I have given you bracket. Now, by saying that, you should be able to tell me the answer. Now, plus plus k. Will it increment k by 1? K, which is 1, it will first increment, pre-increment that. It will increment, make it 2, and take that new result. Here, k plus plus, it will take the old value 2 and make it 3. Okay? And then plus k. This is just assertion k. This is just assertion k. Understanding? So 3's assertion is 3. Now it will add it. 2 plus 2 plus 3 is how much? 7. So in I, 7 will come. It will print 7. Okay. So just check. The program will not compile. The compiler will complain about the expression. No, guys. This plus is a binary plus and this plus is a assertion plus. Okay? Then it will print 3, it will print 4, it will print 7, it will print 8. So which one is right? A, B, C, D, E. These are generally from certification questions. Company technicals, when they take, they don't give so much option. They give only 4. But if you are preparing for Sun certification, okay, previously it was called Sun certificate. Now it is called Oracle Sun certificate. Previously it was SCJP. When I gave 1.4, I remember. But it was called as SCJP. Now they call it as OCJP. Oracle Certified Java Professionals, like that. Okay, so what should be the option from this?
Option D.
Sure. Others, I hope all are
Sir,
convinced with it,
sir, I think option D.
right? Okay, so now two polls I've got option D. So it's right. Because just now I told you the explanation. Plus plus K will become 2. Here it will give 2 but make it 3. And here only 3. So 2 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, you can do it also in JSTL and C if you want. Okay, let's now don't worry about like I'm writing a complete class and mean what about this mean. Don't worry, you just focus on this part because we are now learning operators, so we will focus only on that part. Okay, once that is done, I'll explain the first Java program. That time we will learn all these things. Okay, which is the first incorrect line that will cause the compile time error in the following program. Now, those who are clear with the rules, all the rules which I've told you, narrowing, widening, does Java do automatic narrowing? No, Java does automatic widening. So all the basic rules are clear to you, then you will very easily answer it. One minute, something typing mistake is there. Here, instead of plus, it is single quote. Why this is not actually not typing mistake. These are all mistakes of AI tools only. Because what happens is I scan it from somewhere. Like now I'm having that certification books, Katie Sierra, Khalid Mughal. Now I cannot type so many things. So I just take a photo of it and then give to AI tool and I just instruct to the AI tool, please extract the text from this image. So 99% it comes correctly. Sometimes there can be some mistakes. Okay? That such things happen over there. Okay, now coming to the code. This is the code. Let's see who will tell me. Don't type and then tell me. Okay, by your common sense, by your knowledge, what you have got in the past sessions, which line will give error? Can I store a character in a character? Single quote A. It's a character, and you're trying to store a character in a character variable. Yes or no? Can I store a character in an integer? No problem. Automatic widening is allowed. Can I do I plus plus? Yes, I'm just incrementing I by one. Can I store an integer in a character?
No, sir.
Then so. You have spotted it right. You got it right, guys. Getting? Someone has told right. So can I store an integer in a character? No. Integer is wider. It is 4 byte and character is 2 byte. So you cannot store a bigger value and smaller. And that is the rule of Java. Java cannot do automatic narrowing. And therefore, in this code, you will get error at line number 4. Okay, line number 4 means labeled 4. So see here, the line labeled 1, line labeled 2, line labeled 3, line labeled 4, line labeled 5. And none of these lines are incorrect. The program will compile just fine. So it is going to give error at line number 4, the line labeled 4. So option D is correct. Okay. Now let's see about this. Again, here also the basics. You're clear with the basics or no? You're clear with the data types. You're clear with their ranges. You're clear with the upcasting, downcasting rule. You can easily answer it. Submitting quite simple. Just you're assigning 128 to B, you're storing B in I, and you're printing I. So it should print 128. What do you say? Some may say, नहीं 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 आप इतना आसान वाला लाके नहीं दोगे हमें क्वेश्चन राइट और नो कुछ तो
Option C, sir. It will refuse.
ऑप्शन सी यू वांट टू से the compiler will refuse to compile since 128 is outside the legal range of values for a byte. Do you agree with him, guys? I hope he has got right. Yes or no? We will go line by line. See, the first one is saying that you cannot assign a byte to integer. But is it like that? Can I assign directly a byte to integer? No problem, no? Automatic widening. Getting? In the previous example, you are trying to store integer in a character. Therefore, narrowing. Therefore, error. Here, when you are assigning a byte to integer, it is anyway automatically widen. So that won't be the problem. Getting? Then the program will compile and will print 128. Many may be thinking like that. 128 stored, then B, and then this thing. Okay. The third line says the compiler will refuse to compile since 128 is outside the legal range of values for a byte. And that is the thing here. As byte B is a byte type variable, you can assign to it a value in the range minus 128 to plus 127 only, guys. When you're trying to assign a value beyond that range, beyond which range? Minus 128 to plus 127. If you're trying to assign beyond this range, it is going to automatically become integer. Who has automatically become integer now? 128. It has gone outside this range. So Java considers this automatic integer. And can you assign an integer to a byte? There is a lost chances. No? Yes or no? And therefore it gives error. Okay? And this error, the D1, the program will compile but will throw. This will occur when you are trying to do assigning between non-primitives, guys. And if they are incompatible. Like you're storing in a pizza object, a burger object, there is a pizza object P, and in that you're trying to assign a burger object, where B is the object of class burger. Burger B equal to new burger, and you're trying to store B in P, and where pizza and burger don't have any relation, no parent-child relation between them. That time you will get this error, class cast exception. Because it is saying burger cannot be casted to pizza. Therefore, such error is not in this situation because here you're dealing with primitives. You're nowhere non-primitive is there. So remember, in the future, if this thing come again, you should remember that this error is not associated with primitives. It is with non-primitives. Okay, and the program will compile and print 255. How come it will be? How it will print 255? Because already here the error has come. Yes or no? So I hope all of you agree with him. I don't know who has answered. Siddhant has answered. I don't know. Or Shubham. So at least others, do you agree with him? Just tell me yes or no. At least others should support. Yes, sir. Sure, no? Okay. In girls also, only one someone answer. Very bad. See if you want. Byte B equal to 128. Does it give an error? Because now 128 has got converted to integer. It has exceeded the limit of byte. So now it has gone in automatic in int category. And can you assign a int to a byte? No. Therefore, it gives possible lossy conversion from int to byte. Okay? So all these are basic things, guys. Very, very basic things. Okay, now we haven't discussed array. No problem. Array, a complete topic will come. What are arrays, then how to create one-dimensional, two-dimensional array, then we will be solving programs on it. Lot of interview type programs. Don't worry. Now we actually want to learn this plus plus minus minus behavior. Therefore, I have taken. But just I'll tell you, arrays are also reference category. Yeah, remember. Okay. So on the heap, it will create a three size integer array. Okay. Some people may be having basic idea about array. That is, array is a group of elements with same data type. Means array is a collection of homogeneous elements. All those elements which have same data type, their group will be called as the array. And they all are stored in a contiguous memory. Contiguous means you're understanding, adjacent, nowhere scattered. All are one after another. So three integers memory is created on heap. It is initialized to 4, 8, and 16. And arrays are also objects, guys. That is the speciality of Java. And therefore, this array will also have a reference, which will be stored in that reference variable array. Means in Java, array name is also an object, which will hold that reference. Okay. And another variable I is there, which is a local variable, primitive type, which is directly created on stack. This is the stack part, this is the heap part, which is initialized to 1. Okay. Now the question is how the increments are going to happen and what additions will take place. I'll tell you, don't worry. The first part is clear to you. The first statement is clear that it created a three integer array initialized to 4, 8, 16, store its reference in the array variable, then one more variable I initialized to 1. Coming to this statement, already I have told you it does bracketing rule. So it will apply bracket for this and bracket for this. Okay. So what will be the result of this bracket plus plus I incremented, sorry, I'll show you here. I incremented by 1, it has become 2. And it will use that result 2. Then come to minus minus I. It will decrement it again by 1 and use the result of that operation. So what is the result of this bracket? 2, result of this bracket 1. Now it will use that 2 in that square. Array of 2 equal to 1. So array of 2 is stored as 1. So 16 is replaced with 1. Now it is adding all three. Array of 0 is 4. Array of 1 is 8. And array of 2 is 1. Now 4 plus 8 plus 1 is 13. Therefore, the result should come as 13. Do you agree with that? Don't assume you will get the similar result in other languages. Getting? Sure, huh? Yes or no? You
Yes,
agreed
sir.
with this answer. Plus plus I. As it is plus plus I, it will increment I and make it 2. Minus minus I, it will make that 2 as 1 again. Now array of 2 equal to 1. So it will go in the array at 2 position and store 1 over there. And then in SOP, you are adding array of 0 plus array of 1 plus array of 2. So 0 is 4, 1 is 8, and 2 is 1. It makes it 13. Okay, clear? Chalo. Then quickly we will see relational operator to end up with today's session. This much we will see, and then we will stop. Okay, very quickly I'll try to explain relational operators. Okay, remember in Java, relational operators are only these four: less than equal, and greater than equal. This operator, double equal and not equal, it is there in Java, no doubt, but Java has kept it separate. It's called as identity equality and only equality and inequality. Now, why that two are kept aside, that I'll tell you. But before that, about this operators. So relational operators, first of all, remember they are binary operator. Means they are going to work on two operands. They are not unary, they are binary. First point, all the relational operators are binary operator. They work on two operand. Getting? Then their operands should be strictly numeric. Okay? Means objects also not allowed. You cannot compare this way to objects, except they are wrapper object. Other not. Means you are writing double quote Ram less than double quote Sita, which is a legal statement in other language. You can compare like that, whether Ram is alphabetically before Sita and all. Here you cannot do it. Here only A and B should be which data type? Non-Boolean primitive. Means numeric. Booleans also not allowed. You cannot apply this on Boolean. Not on objects. Only on numeric. Okay. But the result what these operators give are Boolean. They return you true or false. The answer is true or false. But the operands are strictly numeric. Okay, they are supposed to be strictly numeric. That is the rule. Understanding? And what they do, they check the relation between two values. That's the reason they are called as relational operator or comparison operator, you can call, because they're checking what the relation exists between the two values. Whether the first value is less than the second, or whether the first value is less than equal to the second, or whether first is greater than the second, or whether the first value is greater than equal to second. So they are just checking what relation exists between the two values. Okay. And the answer is always integer. Sorry, Boolean. Operands are numeric. Operands should be numeric, strictly. Character allowed, byte allowed, short allowed, int allowed, float allowed, double allowed. No Boolean, no objects. Okay. Now, you might have got some idea that why these two are kept aside, why they have not taken here. Because these two are the special two operators in which objects are also allowed. Primitive also allowed, object also allowed. But here not. They should be strictly numeric. Even Boolean is also not allowed. You cannot compare like this, true greater than false, which is valid in some languages. Like Python, they allow. It takes internally 1 and this has 0 to 0 greater than 1, therefore answer true. Such thing is not possible in Java. Java is very strict language. This thing cannot take place. Okay, so points are clear. Relational operators are used to check what relation exists between two values, or they are used to compare two values. Okay, next what you have to remember, relational operators are binary operators. Their operands are strictly numeric. Okay, the result is always binary, sorry, Boolean, right? And their precedence, remember their precedence is less than arithmetic, but more than assignment. Okay, Like if you are writing x equal to 2 plus 3 greater than 10 by 2. Okay. Remember, arithmetic is first, then relational, and then assignment. So that's what I said. Relational are having lesser than, sorry, greater than assignment, but lesser than arithmetic. No need to put bracket. Bracket is for your clarity. Internally, it is going to do addition first, then division, and then compare. Now, is 5 greater than 5? No. So answer will come false. And x should be Boolean type variable because in that what is getting stored? False. Okay? And one last point I have to tell you. These operators don't have associativity. Okay? Means you cannot write like this. 10 less than 20 greater than 5 illegal, which is legal in C, which is legal in Python. Python follows chaining rule. Chaining rule, Python goes more to mathematics. Python is derived only for that purpose. My Python language was designed only for that application, isn't it? It was for analytics purpose, for scientific research purpose, for numerical calculations and all. Okay, so that is why today also in machine learning and all, Python is extensively used. So as we have rules in maths we have no transitivity rule, chaining rule, that if A is less than B and B is greater than, therefore everything is true. Such rule is not there in Java. Java doesn't allow such chain rule. This is wrong in Java. Because if it is legal in Java, again incompatibility answer will come. See here, if suppose we say that in Java this is legal, then first what it will do, left to right, 10 less than 20, answer will come Boolean, that is true. And then you are trying to check true greater than 5. Will they be incompatible data type? Yes or no? Because just now I have told relational operators can be applied only on, please tell me, relational operators can be applied only on which data types?
Numerical data types.
Numerical data types. Right or no? So when they can be applied only on numerical, how you can apply one on Boolean and one on numeric? Getting? And this Boolean is not going to get converted to numeric like Python or JavaScript. In Java, it is very strict. Boolean cannot be converted to anyone, anyone cannot be converted to Boolean. And that is the reason in Java associativity is not there for relational operator. Relational operators don't have associativity. This thing is wrong. A maximum you can split it as 10 less than 20, then use logical operator and and then write 20 greater than 5. This is split it. 10 less than 20, 20 greater than 5, and in between you use this logical operator and. Getting? But directly chain rule is not applied, which is legal in some languages. Okay, so I hope the associativity rule is clear. It doesn't have associativity. Precedence rule is clear. Less than arithmetic, more than assignment. Okay, operand rules is clear. Operands are strictly numeric. They are binary. Result is Boolean. Okay, and they compare two operands, and depending on the comparison, the answer is true or false. And one more point, just skipped it, that before doing the operation, the promotions are also applied. Remember, like if you are comparing a character with a number, which is legal. Okay, single quote C greater than 20. Now 20 is an integer, and this is a char data type. So internally, it will promote it to integer. Actually, this is going to be 97 plus 2, 99. So it will become 99 integer and then compare it. So what are applied? Promotions are applied. Like suppose you have two byte variable and you're comparing byte one variable with byte two. Then also first it will convert to int, and then compare. Okay. So the rule is like that. Chalo, quickly we will read this and then for today we will take a halt. So relational operators are used to compare two values or expressions. Expression just now I told you, no? 2 plus 3 greater than 10 by 2. So 2 plus 3 is one expression, 10 by 2 is another. Operators are given. A less than B, less than equal, greater than equal. So if A is less than B, answer is true, otherwise false. If A is less or equal, then true. If A is greater than B, true, otherwise false. Table, you got it. Strictly A and B should be numeric. A and B represent numeric. Though the answer is Boolean, but the operands are numeric. Okay? Then all relational operators are binary. Why? Because they work on two operands. Then their operands are numeric, but the result is Boolean. And before doing operation, the promotions are done. Huh? Binary numeric promotions are applied to the operand, which I just now showed. Huh? I was comparing one character with an integer. So character got promoted to integer and then comparison. The result is always Boolean. And relational operators have precedence lesser than arithmetic but higher than assignment. Remember, a comparison is done before assignment and arithmetic is done before relation. Okay, as an example, see. Right? Now, in first case, when you're comparing R's greater than equal to 35.0, what do you say? Is there any promotion needed over here? What do you say, guys? No or yes? Only that much if you answer sufficient. Answer. Everyone should answer. Tell me, what is the data type of R's? Double. 35.0 double. Is there any need of promotion? No or yes? Only that much you have to answer, guys.
No, sir.
No. Then so ours is already double, 35.0 is already double. So no need of promotion. Is 45.5 greater than equal to 35.0? Yes, answer true. Here, but you check. Single quote A, character, which is 65. Single quote A, small a, which is 97. But has it done promotion, char to integer, and then comparison? Yes, it has to. That is the rule of Java. Directly char cannot be compared. They are supposed to be promoted to minimum integer. Minimum four things are there. Minimum in integer, long, float, and double. So all numeric operations will happen in that four only. Means if you're doing operation on byte and byte, then also byte is promoted to int, byte promoted to int, then do the operation. Therefore, here this char is promoted to int, char promoted to int, 65 less than 97. Yes, answer is true. But numeric promotion is applied. Okay. And this last point you just remember that like mathematics, in mathematics, many times you might have done. I hope you have studied M1, M2, M3. If you have done engineering, at least M1, M2, M3, sure. If you have done BSc computer science, then you had lot of papers like first year also two mathematics, second year two mathematics, even stats and all you have studied, right or no? So this concept is not new. Even in 12th also we used to write like this in discrete mathematics. In 12th, na, algebra paper was there. In that all discrete mathematics we have studied. So in mathematics we can write like this. There is a transitivity rule, like A less than B and B less than C, therefore automatic A is less than C. Such thing is not possible because the relational operators don't have associativity. Getting? See here. This is illegal, guys. If I write A less than equal to B less than equal to C, why? Because it's going to be incompatible. Like suppose it is doing A less than equal to B, the answer is Boolean. And then that Boolean you're trying to compare with integer. Can you compare a Boolean with an integer? No, because Boolean cannot be converted to int. Therefore, it is illegal. But if I split it with a logical operator, it works. Correct? But in that, both are supposed to be true for the final answer to be true. Okay, done. Now, next session, we will be discussing about equality inequality. Two equal and not equal. That I didn't took. No? Here we have taken only this four. Why? Because these four operators only can be applied on numeric. But if you consider double equal, they can be applied on objects as well. If you're using double equal, then in that case, A and B can be primitive and non-primitive also. Means you can use equality operator on objects also, which is not true for this four. Therefore, they are kept aside. Okay. So that we will be learning in the next session. Okay. For today, till here. Okay, guys. So thank you all of you. We'll meet in the next session.